Hello, everybody. Welcome to my Steam library. All right, guys. Basically, what I'm doing is that I am ranking every single game in my Steam library that I have played on this channel. We are not going to do The Evil Within 2 because we haven't completed it yet. So we're not going to be doing The Evil Within 2. But we are going to be doing every other game except for this one, and this one. Alright, let's begin with the rankings. Number 31. Oh, wait, hold up. Before I begin, I will be ranking these games by 4 categories: story, gameplay, graphics, and was it worth the money that I paid to get it? Come on, guys, we all pay money for games, and sometimes these games are just not worth the price we have to pay. Now, most of these games I've got on Steam discounts because everyone gets games on Steam discounts. So it's basically just so it may not be the game that is on sale now, like the game on sale that I tell you the price will not be the price on there. This is just the money I paid for, and I guess I'm telling it to you. Begin. As you can see, I'm hovering over Outlast 2. Number 31, Outlast 2. Where do I begin with Outlast 2? I guess I begin with the story. Like I said. Alright, you are Blake Langerman, and you and your wife are investigative reporters who are reporting a case about a missing person who is wandering pregnant and goes missing. Shut up. The fan is being annoying, just ignore it. So, and she goes missing. And what you have to do is that you have to find her. I'm turning the fan off, I guess. Don't worry. There we go, that should fix it. We good? Right. So, Outlast, and then while you're on your helicopter recording the news, your plane somehow loses its engine and crashes. And then when you wake up from the crash, Lynn is gone, completely disappeared. So you go and try to find her, and then you realize that this isn't an empty place. That you're stuck in a rustic rural town, little village, with people that are not so friendly. And then you find Lynn inside this church where she's being tested, per se, by Papa Noth, who is a priest, and basically he hates children and anybody that conspires against him. And he thinks that Lynn is harboring the Antichrist. The dude's insane. So Blake sneaks in, gets Lynn, and then tries to escape, but then it gets attacked by Val. Val is was known as a heretic and has her group of heretics. And what they do is that they kidnap Lynn and then take her to the mines. And then you learn that there's this war going on between Papa Noth's Christians and Val's heretics. And you're stuck in the middle trying to get Lynn from the mines and escape this horrible place, outrunning pretty much anybody that's against you. Also, as you can see, this axe lady, her name is Marta. And once you get Lynn and you escape from the mines, she gives birth and then dies. All that work to get Lynn, and she just dies. Papa Noth then slits his throat because he thinks that the child is too strong, and then the sun explodes, bada bing, bada boom, you're at the end of the game. Oh yeah, and over the course of the time, Blake has vivid nightmares of a classmate that she used to have named Jessica Gray, who's been murdered by her teacher. Yeah, been murdered by her teacher. So yeah. Yeah, that's basically Outlast 2. The story, I definitely has more to it, but it it really doesn't make sense how they portray it. I had to dig to find that stuff. All right, gameplay. Gameplay was actually okay. It was just like I didn't like the bandages. Like I get the bandage, they make sense, but I didn't like how scarce that they were. I just wish that they weren't as. And I wish that the bandages weren't scarce, and the batteries were also scarce. Also, some of the climbing controls were just a little bit weird. Like it was space to climb and you had to use W to get back up, but some of those controls are kind of a bit funky. Graphics. Don't get me wrong, the visuals look great. Definitely an upgrade from the first Outlast. But we're gonna go a step further. Just because the graphics are good does not mean that they're not original. They rinse and repeat the same things over and over and over. It's the same dead body on the tree. It's the same school rooms. It's the same setting. Of course, the school makes sense because it's the same school. But then you bring it into I don't know, the shacks. The shacks, I can't even tell them apart. If you showed me one shack from the beginning of the game, and then you showed me another, I could barely tell the difference. It looks so bland and grayscale that I can't tell what's what. And was it worth it? No, it was not. The game was $30. I would have maybe paid 10 for it. Not even 15. If it was on a half sale, I still would have done it. Maybe $10 I would have paid out for Outlast 2. Yes, I did have a pretty funny, horrifying part. It is still a very scary game. It did succeed in scaring me, but you're just gonna find me complaining in all these parts. Right, that took forever. Let's move on to the next game. Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. I did not play a lot of this. I only did about like maybe an hour. This game was for free, so automatically it was worth it. Story. You are a new owner of a Freddy Fazbear's restaurant, and you have to basically just get new toys and ball pits and stuff and arcade games. Also, salvaging animatronics to put inside your restaurant. And even though that's one side of it, the other side is you have to do your nightly tasks. But none of those animatronics you salvaged, turns out they're murderous and want to kill you. Oh no. You have to do your tasks and try to avoid death at the same time. I did not finish this game. It's too hard. I seriously did not have the energy to keep playing Pizzeria Simulator. That's basically the story. The gameplay, it's a FNAF game, so gameplay is very limited. You're stuck in a chair doing your things as you can. Of course, that's what makes FNAF original, and that's what gives FNAF its ideal thing. So you can't move around. So the gameplay is just clicking a screen and doing a bunch of things. That's not bad. I'm just saying that's what it is. The graphics. The graphics were, I mean, the visuals looked okay, but it's the same thing as the other FNAF games. The characters are all twitchy and, always. The death screens always flash a thing of red. And of course, it's FNAF, so everything's confusing. Was it worth it? It's a free game, so of course it's worth it. Alright, the next one is Gauntlet of Ire. Another free game, so yes, it automatically was worth it. Story. You are a ball rolling down a straightaway and trying to get to the finish. That is it. You can find this game on Cool Math Games if you wanted to, but there's a deeper thing about Gauntlet of Fire. Gameplay, right? Oh wait, hold on. The game messes with you. The game basically really insults you. It is meant to be a rage game, and it tries its best to be a rage game. So, of course, the game is going to be messing with you, teasing you. And then at one point, the game actually tells you that you're not worth it and you should. That you're not worth it and that nobody ever loves you. So, yeah, one of the main reasons I kind of stopped playing that game and deleted it. You're not going to find this game on my search because I actually deleted it. It is completely gone. From this gap to this gap, the game is completely gone. I have to say, though, um, it just wasn't the greatest of games. Gameplay. The gameplay is awful. It's a rage game. You saw it coming. The controls are very very infuriating. They're meant to be super difficult to make you having a horrible time playing this game. And I know I haven't moved from Freddy Fazbear's because, like I said, I don't have the game on. It's meant to basically drive you insane. The graphics. It just bright colors and just bright flashing colors is basically all the graphics. It's nothing much to say really. Was it worth it? Yes, by default. Forest in the Dark Survival is our next one. This game is not bad. Yes, it is in the low. It's in the lower end, but it's not bad. It's just it just isn't my type. It's repetitive is what it is. Begin with the story. You are Boris. Boris the Wolf from Bendy and the Ink Machine, and you have to gather supplies and food and needs to survive the horrible ink demon in Joey Drew Studios. That's it. You gotta walk around, you gotta collect stuff. There are collectibles, there are other things, but there isn't really much to this game. It's just collecting the same thing and going back to your own little safe spot. That's kind of it. Gameplay. Gameplay was good. I just wish Bendy was faster, or just a little bit faster. I mean, Bendy is faster than you, but nothing. Bendy isn't really all that scary. I mean, there is the music, but nothing really much scares Bendy. And the running is, I mean, the same controls as just walking and collecting and stuff. Like I said, the game is repetitive. You don't really do much. The graphics are great. They definitely capture the experience of being in Joey Drew Studios in Bendy and the Ink Machine. So I think they did really well there. Was it worth it? It was $2. I have to say yes, it was worth it if you want to get all the collectibles and everything. But if you're like me and you only played it a few times and just decided to play something else, still yes, it was worth it. Alright, our next game. Simulacra. Simulacra is a good game. It's a decent game. But the thing about I keep forgetting I have to start with my categories. Story. You are an unknown person. You're nameless, but you find a phone that belonged to a girl named Anna, and you realize that Anna is trapped by this robot thing inside of her phone. And you basically have to try and find and save her by going on her phone, texting people that she knew. And when you get to the end of it, there are 4 different endings. You could save Anna, you can save Taylor, who's one of those people that she knew. You can save both, or you can kill both. Of course, I did the ending of killing both, even though I had no intention of it. So, yeah. Alright, gameplay. I have to say, the gameplay was, again, limited, just like Pizzeria Simulator. You could only click the phone, you can only do stuff on the phone that sometimes there's not much gameplay to this game. It's just trying to find Anna by clicking stuff on her phone and sending messages and stuff. There's not a lot to this. So yeah, I'd say there's not a lot to the graphics. I mean, not a lot to the gameplay because there kind of is none. The graphics. The graphics look good. They definitely look realistic. Like the characters look realistic, but sometimes the phone didn't. Like the phone has kind of stupid app names like Vlogger and Jabber with an RR as an and I don't know. It always just sounded kind of tacky to me that they had those names. I get that they couldn't do like real app names, but I mean, come on, Jabber. I'm sorry. It just the game isn't really much anything like a game. It's just the kind of game that you might play. A game that you might just play for a little bit and then kind of put it down. Nothing really much with Simulacra. Just evil robots trapped in phones, and you have to try to save Anna. Right, I guess that's basically it. Oh yeah, was it worth it? Yes, it was $5. Definitely a cheap game. I played it for a few hours, as you can see, my playtime. And yeah, that was basically Simulacra. Right, our next one. Resident Evil 2. You probably hate me for this, and I don't blame you. I am not the smartest person on the planet, so I could not solve most of the puzzles that Resident Evil 2 gave me without looking up a tutorial. And because of that, I couldn't get far. Alright, you are Leon Kennedy. I know that there is the Claire campaign, but since I played the Leon, we're just gonna go with that. You are Leon Kennedy, and you find out that there is a zombie outbreak on your first day of being in the police force. And you just have to try and outlast the zombies and try to stop whoever's behind it. And I guess that's basically the story. Gameplay. Love it. I love it. It's so good. Resident Evil 2 probably has the best controls out of most shooter games that I've played. That is one thing I've loved about this. I cannot stress it. It is on the low end. I know, but it did not. Even though the shooter was really good, it could not stop me from my very unobservant self. Or graphics. What is it? It's Resident Evil 2, the remake. Do you think the graphics are anything but stellar? I I love it, but yeah, it's just sometimes things didn't make sense. Some I mean it could have made sense to anybody, but sometimes it didn't make sense to me. It's probably just what it was. I do love the looks. The visuals are great. Was it worth it? The regular game is $40, but I paid 20 because it was on sale. And yes, it was what I have played was worth it, but it just got to the point where everything was so convoluted, which is why I rate it so low. I just wish that things were just a little bit simpler and it told you what to do, kind of. Wish. Alright, on to the next one. This one is the bottom of my Steam library, West of Loathing. West of Loathing is a game that I haven't really played a lot. I have like 4 parts dedicated to it, and all I did was just beat up some snakes, and I guess manifest my destiny. There wasn't a lot to List of Loathing. It was just kind of, what is that? I don't really have much to say. Story, you are whatever you name your character, and you're trying to get a good fortune out west. That's basically it. The gameplay, it's an RPG game, so the gameplay is kind of the same typical thing. You have your character and your own slew of characters, and you have to try to, I don't know, beat up some snakes, beat up some cows, beat up whoever. You get money, you get collectibles, you get weapons. It is a fun game, but unless you're really devoted to completing it, then I guess the $10 was worth it. No, the $10 was not worth List of Loathing. It was kind of just basically the same thing. Alright, our next one. Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. I got over it. I definitely got over it. Now, one thing about the Getting Over is that I have made. I have actually. I played this on mobile, and I have beat this over 50 times. I am really, really good at getting over it. I've really learned how to do it on mobile. You have more control over your finger than you do a mouse. So, yeah. But playing Getting Over It with mouse was definitely a new experience. Alright, story. You are Diogenes, and you are trying to climb up this mountain with a hammer stuck in a cauldron. While Ben Foddy talks to you about his life, the life of B games, or tells you famous quotes from other people. And yeah, it's basically getting over it. The gameplay was, I mean, the controls were, I mean, it's getting over it. The controls are definitely out of place. But it wasn't entirely bad, the gameplay. It's just the controls are out of place. You only use your mouse for anything. I can just lay this hand right down and just use the mouse. The only thing you needed to do. So that was basically just getting over it. Was just using a mouse, climbing up the mountain. And sometimes the cursor would do a rebound on the hammer, which made it bounce up a little bit unintentionally. That's one of those little out of touch controls, but that does happen. And I paid about $10. I don't know exactly how much, but I have to say I did not play this for a long time. But if you're really devoted to get this achievement, then maybe it would be worth it. But for me, I have to say no, it was not worth $10. Alright, our next one, you're probably gonna hate me, but Undertale. Undertale. I paid this for almost $20. I mean, 20 hours. Oh boy. Alright. Story is you are a little child that falls down a mountain named Mount Ebott. And basically, you just, I don't know, you stumble into the world of the monsters. And you try to battle your way, or try to not battle your way, or be neutral into getting out of the place that you were trapped in. And to get out, you have to go through King Asgore and a whole bunch of other things. You make friends with Sans and Papyrus Skeleton and Undyne and Alphys. It's a whole slew of games and it's very insane. Alright, basically, you go through the game, you make friends, or you don't make friends. It's one of those games where you choose your own path. And the objective is to basically get back into your own world. The gameplay was not just like West of Loathing because it's an RPG game. It was definitely it was unique. The best way to describe Undertale is unique because it had what most games didn't have. You understand what I'm saying? All right. Graphics. Graphics looked great. Not really much else to say. It was great. And then was worth it. I paid $10. Yeah, it was worth it. And our next game is Tattletale. I really need to speed this up. So yeah, I want to make everything super brief. You are a little kid trying to open your Christmas present early, and you open and the gift you get is Tattletale, but but then suddenly you realize that Tattletale's mother is out to get you, and basically you have to try to stop her. Gameplay was good. You could walk around the house. Of course, the game made you do things that you didn't want to do, like a typical horror game, but yes, that is kind of part of it. It wasn't great, but it was certainly okay. And you did have to like click and hold the thing you wanted to do, and it would take forever. It's like come on, speed up. Graphics. The graphics look good. Tattletale looks okay, but sometimes if you turned really fast, the screen would kind of turn a little bit foggy. That's about it. Was it worth it? Yes. Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Hey, that about sums up my game right there. Alright. Um, right. FNAF 3. The story is you are a security guard working at Fazbear's horror attraction that came out 20 years after the events of FNAF 1 and 2. After all the events of the FNAF games, this one comes along. This game is not my least favorite, but this game is just not all that great in gameplay. It's a FNAF game. Again, limited gameplay. You only have a mouse and you can click things. Nothing much to say. The graphics look good. They definitely did. They definitely made Fazbear's Horror Attraction look like it. They gave it the looks, and that's what I want. Was it worth the $8? Yes, if you wanted to do all the other stuff other than the 5 nights, then yes. Alright, our next one is Little Nightmares. Definitely was not a long game. Alright, you are 6. That's what your name is. And you're trying to escape a vessel of lost souls called the Maw. To do that, you need to defeat the Lady, who is a geisha person who can't look at herself, and you have to steal her dark magic to get out of the ship. The game is convoluted, not as but not because of its puzzles, because of its story. It's hard to tell, but that's just the baseline of the story. There's definitely more to it. The gameplay was great. It definitely, well, okay. Not actually no. The gameplay is where it had its flaws. I'm thinking graphics. The gameplay was really weird. I had to I had to use click to interact and to hold on to something. That is definitely not simple. It's definitely not easy. Because I have to jump. I have to hold and jump, and then I have to quickly move over to the mouse button. It's super weird. Was it worth it? I paid $10 for it because it was on sale for Halloween. Yes, it was worth $10. 20, that is the usual, is not. Alright. Our next one is Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. Fall Guys has emotionally scarred me because I've tried to get to the first season. I last played this on my birthday. 51 hours I had to dedicate to this game. I made one video about it, and it was like I was way down the season chart. This is before Among Us got popular and took the crown of Fall Guys as Game of the Year of 2020. But Fall Guys, like, if you guys even remember Fall Guys being in the scene, I loved it. I played it, but gosh, was it emotionally scarring. Alright, basically, you are a little bean character trying to win a competition. The gameplay had its flaws. Your character kept slipping up at every little thing, and it was annoying. But overall, it was okay. Graphics look, well, they have their bright colors. They have their. It was definitely good. The graphics were definitely great. That's really what I have to say. The graphics were definitely great. Definitely captured the idea of being in a cute world where all your characters are beans. Was it worth $20? Yes. I played 51 hours. It's a lot. Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is. Alright. You are a little kid having vivid nightmares of Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy attacking you in the night. Oh no. Yeah, that's basically it. Gameplay. FNAF game, what am I gonna say? Limited. You have to, but there is more to FNAF 4 than clicking a mouse. You will have to use other buttons to toggle your flashlight and close the door. And there are other functions to this game that everything else doesn't have. That makes this game more unique than the others. But yeah, it's basically the gameplay. The graphics look good. The animatronics are terrifying. And the game really emphasizes on fear of the unknown, which makes FNAF 4 really horrifying. You don't know what's going to be behind that door at any given time. Was it worth it? It was $8. Yes, it was worth it. Alright, our next one is Doom, or I guess it's not really called the Ultimate Doom. I called it Doom 1993, so we're gonna call it that. Story is you are an unnamed Marine who tries to stop a demon invasion on Mars's moons, Phobos and Phobos. Mars moons. Come on. That's whatever. It'll come to me. Phobos and Deimos. On Deimos and Phobos. And you're trying to stop the demon portals before having to go into hell to end the demon invasion from the source. The gameplay. The game came out in the 90s, so obviously the gameplay was not wonderful. Of course, I have to be merciful. The game came out in the 90s. It's not new. It's not. But I have to say, the gameplay was good. The controls were okay, and I really loved. And the shooting was definitely simple and easy. The graphics. Again, I have to be merciful because this game came out in the 90s. The graphics were okay. I could tell what was happening. I could tell what things were. And at least that's what I want from a game that is 20 years old. Was it worth it? It was $15. And yes, it was worth it. Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location. I did have to hack my way into beating a few of these nights. So, it's a little bit hard. Right. You are an unnamed security guard trying to guard a Freddy Fazbear, not Freddy Fazbear, an unknown location underground called Circus Baby's Pizza World. Circus Baby Pizza thing. Circus Baby's Pizza thing. And you basically just have to try and do your shift as these things attack you. This is not limited. A FNAF game that isn't limited to a mouse. Thank God. There are more to this game. You can go places, you can see things, you can decipher what things mean. And it's really cool. So yeah, that's kind of FNAF Civilization. It's really kind of cool game. It's really unique. Graphics are amazing, of course. Was it worth it? Yes. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is our next one. Story: you are an unnamed security guard looking after a Five Nights at Freddy's restaurant. Typical, right? This game has a lot more animatronics and a lot more death. Story: I already told you that. Gameplay: what am I gonna say? Limited. You're sitting down in a place, you're using your mouse, clicking all around the place, trying to ward off the animatronics that are stomping right into your office. It does happen. And well, yeah. The graphics look good. The animatronics look horrifying as always. Great job, Scott Cawthon. You outdone yourself. The game is $8. Was it worth it? Yes. Our next one. Where are you? Where'd you go? There you are. Mortal Kombat 11. I paid 50% off on Mortal Kombat 11. And to be honest, I only played the main campaign. Alright, here's the main story. You are whichever fighter the game just gives you. And you have to try to stop Kronika and her army from rewriting time and basically you have to stop Kronika from wiping history and making a new one. The fighting in this game is very sophisticated, and I am just not good at the fighting. And if you watch my Mortal Kombat video, I set the game on easy and only do one move, the uppercut, just so I'm able to just get places. I'm a gameplay, by the way. So, yeah, it's just gameplay. The fighting is super good. It's what makes Mortal Kombat Mortal Kombat. The graphics, I love them. The graphics are amazing. The graphics are super good. And I really, really love them. Was it worth the $30? Yes, I did have a fun time playing. Our next one is Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight is a game that is very, very expensive. You are Shovel Knight. You have to try and save Shield Knight from a bunch of other from the order of something. Basically, there's this order that is out to get you, and they stole Shield Knight from you, and you have to try to save her back. And that mystical-looking queen over there is the main antagonist, who basically threatens you in your quest to save Shield Knight. Now, right, gameplay. The gameplay. Here's where the game is kind of weird for me. I do love the shovel. I do love the shoveling. I love everything. But one thing that did annoy me was the fact that your character would slip up. Now, I bought something that made your character not do that, but when you begin your game, your character will start slipping up at random places sometimes, and it kind of throws you off. The graphics look amazing. I love the retro style. It's definitely new and original to 2014, and the first Shovel Knight came out, and it was a smashing hit. I love the use of retro graphics in new games and making them look amazing, because I think it looked really good. Was it worth $40? Keep in mind, these are 4 campaigns. Yes, it was. It definitely was. Right. Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's story is you are an unnamed security guard looking after Five Nights at Freddy's, looking after Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria restaurant. Gameplay is limited, of course. You only have a mouse to look at the cameras, shut the doors, and turn off and on the lights, and ward off the animatronics that are trying to storm into your office. This game defined suspense. Games like this came out before, and they were all so scary with jump scares and gore. But Five Nights at Freddy's came onto the scene and rocked the world because it showed what suspense could really do. It's what makes FNAF scary is its use of suspense. Its use of you don't know when they're gonna come. You know they're coming, you just don't know when. And that's what sets the players on edge, that they have no idea. Because of course, games then just force you to do things that you didn't want to do. But Five Nights at Freddy's, you're completely powerless against all the monsters that are trying to stomp down to you. Kinda like Outlast. Alright. Our next game is Among Us. Among Us, you probably disagree with me about Among Us, but honestly, Among Us is really it's really fun. Alright, story. You are an astronaut trying to escape a parasite that has taken over one of your fellow astronauts, and you have to try to escape him and toss him out of the airlock into space. Don't, you die. Or you get tossed out of the airlock for being suspicious. And you basically have to do tasks, and if you do all your tasks, you win. Now, alright, gameplay. The gameplay is really good. I love Among Us. I love everything it does. It's super, super good. The gameplay is spectacular. And, yeah. The graphics. The graphics, you have little bean characters, kind of like Fall Guys, except they're astronauts and they look cooler and you can customize them. I mean, you can customize Fall Guys characters, but you can customize these even better things. I love the graphics. I love the maps. I love the way you can customize your characters. I love the way that the characters look. Alright, the game was $5. Heck yes, it was worth it. You could get everything. Granted, it's free on mobile, but it is worth $5. Alright, our next one. The Henry Stickmin Collection. Probably the only game on my Steam menu that I've actually completed. Alright, so Henry Stickmin. You are Henry Stickmin, and you have to try to break into a bank, escape a prison, steal a diamond from a museum, infiltrate an airship that belongs to the Top Hats. You also have to try to escape a complex that you've locked yourself in called the Wall, which is basically a very sophisticated, very high grade prison. And you also have to complete the mission, which is basically and you also have to complete the mission, which is basically stopping the Top Hats from launching the rocket, or making sure the Top Hats launch the rocket, or many, many other things. Henry Stickmin has a lot of different adventures for you to play, and it's definitely really fun. Gameplay is definitely original. All the references it gives you, like, look, they made a reference to Among Us, reason why the game's even popular. And yeah, the gameplay's really fun. It's really charming, it's really funny, and I really love it. The graphics are definitely an upgrade from the original Henry Stickmin games that are on Newgrounds. And I really love what Inner Sloth did to the game. It's really, really great. Was it worth it? No. Now, before you hold on to your butts, when I say no, I don't mean no, this game was not worth playing. I mean no as in $15 is a little bit much for maybe a few hours of playing. Now granted I got every single achievement, but I'm still saying no because I don't think that $15 is I think $15 is a little much on just Henry Stickmin. So yeah. Now we're getting to some of the good games. We're up to the top 10 right now. Alright, our next one is Doom. Doom is really, really good. Alright, you are Doom guy. And you wake up in this coffin-like thing, and you have to try to contain the demon invasion onto Mars while getting the help of Samuel Hayden and Vega. And when you finally stop the invasion and defeat the Spider Mastermind, Samuel Hayden betrays you and steals the crucifix that you've worked so hard to get. The gameplay is amazing. It's a Doom game. The gameplay is spectacular. I love the shooting. I love the action. I love the everything. It's so fun. What makes Doom fun? The graphics. The graphics look amazing. Now, the graphics are definitely inspired by the hellish nature of hell. Yeah. So, the graphics look so hellish and look so realistic that it's so fun. It's really fun to play. It's really fun to, not really fun to look at, but it just looks really appealing and looking really, really realistic. Unlike Doom 1993, which basically just had a bunch of machinery. And was it worth it? Yes. $10 I paid. It was on sale. Our next one, Bendy and the Ink Machine. Alright, Bendy and the Ink Machine is a game that I will probably never forget. It was my first ever Steam game I've ever bought. I got a Steam account and I got Bendy and the Ink Machine. It was the first game I ever had. And I love playing it. I love everything. Alright, you are Henry. Not Henry Stickmin. You are Henry. And your old friend Joey Drew invites you to his movie studio. Try to convince you to, I don't know, take a look at something he's been working on. Gameplay is alright. The gameplay is really good. Of course, you have to do a whole bunch of stuff. You have to solve some puzzles, but I love the gameplay. It's super good. Now, here's when things get great. The graphics. Bendy and the Ink Machine's graphics are amazing. They are so good. Bendy and the Ink Machine has brought something completely original. You feel like you are inside a cartoon when you play Bendy, and I love that. I love it. I love it so much. It makes it super well done. The game is $5. It was definitely worth it. Our next game is Doom Eternal. Again, another great Doom game. You are Doom Guy. After being locked in hell after being part of the Con Maker's army for a few years, being locked in hell after Samuel Hayden did, and the Makers, the Makers threatened to harm Earth and you, Doom Guy, are against that, and you try to stop the operation of the Conmaker's army attacking Earth. Yeah, that's basically it. The gameplay is super good, an improvement from Doom 2016, because there were definitely more things you could do, like grappling on walls, climbing. You could you had that knife on your hand to stab people. The glory kills had more animation, and the characters definitely got an upgrade in their looks and stuff. And there's also weak points, which I definitely while they weren't um while they weren't the best things to have to deal with, they were still original and still kind of cool. Because way back in Doom, you just had to shoot everybody in the head and you could kill them faster. But now people have weak points. It could be their shoulder cannons, like the Revenant. It could be their arm cannons, like the Mancubus. It could be the gun on their head, like the Arachnotron, like all the way over there. It could be the Conmaker's orb. It could be the Maker drone's head. It could be anything. And I really love that. The graphics, just like Doom 2016, are super hellish and super good looking. And I cannot stress it enough. Was it worth $60? Yes. Yeah, I know I'm complaining that Henry Stickmin wasn't worth it. Wasn't worth the money, but it's Stickman doing adventures that you could beat in like 2 hours. Doom Eternal is a very long and overarching game. Our next game, Subnautica. Nearly 24 hours I've dedicated to this game. I have to say, Subnautica is. The story is, oh yeah, right, you are a person working for Altera and trying to scope out a planet that you've found, and apparently you crash land on said planet, and now you have to try to build a rocket to get out of there. And one thing about Subnautica that really hit me is gameplay. I really love the swimming gameplay. I really love it. It's super good, and I think that I really like the swimming gameplay. I really like the gameplay of the game. The swimming. I really like the animation of the swimming. This game has undergone so many updates and upgrades and stuff. It's really been amazing how much this game has gone to its original. Um, hmm. Yeah, right. Graphics. Graphics are amazing. I love. It makes you the vastness of the sea. The sea looks so far and wide, and it looks beautiful. Sometimes. Sometimes the sea looks horribly scary. Sometimes it looks very beautiful. You can see how vast the ocean is compared to how small you are. Sometimes it makes you feel scared that something bigger might come and chomp you to death, and sometimes it'll just leave you in awe. Was the game worth $20? Yes. Our next one is Cuphead. Cuphead. Alright, stories. You are Cuphead, or Mugman. You have to try, and you, accidentally gamble your souls away in the devil's tricks. And you have to now do the devil's debt of collecting every single soul of all of his other debtors. By running, jumping, shooting, however the sink you do it. The gameplay. Sometimes the gameplay is a little bit infuriating. But that's because Cuphead is known to be a rage game it's very difficult. It's a very difficult game, and it's known to make people feel angry. And yeah, sometimes the controls are kind of kind of infuriating in some cases. The graphics. Oh my gosh! Cuphead. This is probably the best graphics game on this list. You can if you say which game has the best graphics in your opinion, I will scream Cuphead in your face. Cuphead has the best graphics out of any game that has ever existed on the planet. Maybe that's not entirely true. Any game that I have played on this planet, Cuphead has the best graphics. I love the originality behind it, making a 30s cartoon. I don't even know how they did it, but I love it. And I will not stop loving it because I think it's so cool. It's so original. It's so unique. I think it's so amazing. And the game was $20. It was worth it. On my 87 hours over there. Our next game, The Evil Within. The Evil Within. You are Sebastian Castellanos. You basically get an emergency call about something going down on Beacon Mental Hospital, about this person going crazy and chopping up a few and killing a few patients. So you go over there to investigate, but then quickly get transported into this very odd world, and you have to try to find out who's behind it and what is, before you find out that Ruvik is actually behind it, and he's been messing with you. And so you have to kill Ruvik and end this nightmare. I love The Evil Within. I love how they did it, and I love everything about it. It's super good. It's really, really good. But, oh yeah, right, gameplay. The shooting sometimes is a little bit fragile, in a way. The shooting was, well, it was good. I mean, yeah. What am I talking about? The gameplay's amazing. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Graphics. The graphics. Okay. Here's my one flaw with the game. Sebastian has no personality. Why? That's like the one thing I have with this game. The graphics look great. I love the looks of it. I love how everything seems. It looks horrifying, and that's what I want from a horror game, is horrifying. So yeah, I really love The Evil Within. I just wish Sebastian had more personality. He does in the second one, at least. Our next game is Outlast, my favorite horror game of all time. Yes, it is. You cannot tell me otherwise. Outlast. You are Miles Upshur, and you are trying to you are an investigative reporter who's trying to seek out the truth behind Mount Massive Asylum after getting an email from someone that works there saying that there's a bunch of weird stuff happening over there. And yeah. Outlast is a very very great game. I do love it. I really do. It's my favorite horror game. I love it's horrifying, and when you get chased, the music just goes insane. I love how it's done. I just love how they did it. I love the fact that you can only run and hide, and that everything is just more intimidating than you. Kind of like Amnesia, kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's. You're helpless, and the only thing you can do is run and hide. Except FNAF, you can't run or hide. You only have your doors. No source of hiding. The graphics. The graphics make you feel like you're in an old, rusting mental hospital with a bunch of crazy patients. And of course, that is what I like with Outlast. That is the gist of it. Was it worth it? Oh yeah, what Evil Within was worth it, by the way. Outlast, I paid $3 on a Christmas sale. It was worth it. Our next game, Portal 2. You are Chell, and you've just returned to the Portal facility, and you are just running by a few tests before GLaDOS comes back and gives you more tests. And you also made a friend named Wheatley, who basically kind of guides you through everything. But then, once Wheatley tries to escape, he ends up getting hooked to the machine and then gets kind of possessed by it. So you have to try to stop Wheatley and escape the Portal facility. I love the gameplay. It's original. It's Portal. It's really original. It's Portal. It's going to be really great. And I really loved Portal 2 because it was long. It was like a longer Portal, which of course made me really love it. And one thing about Portal 2 is that I guess it's just because I love the way that they made. I just love the way that they made it. I love the gameplay. I love the fact that you're shooting a portal gun and solving puzzles and stuff. The graphics look really good. It is an upgrade from the first game. Definitely has more. Definitely has a lot more to it than the first game. But oh yeah, by the way, it was worth it. But the legacy of the first game still holds. Number 1, Portal. Let's just do this. Portal is my favorite game. Everything is a plus. Everything is a plus. Story, great. Graphics, great. Gameplay, great. Worth it, 100%. You are Chell, and you are in a Portal facility, and you have to run through tests before realizing that GLaDOS is evil and wants to kill you. So you have to try to stop her from doing that. The gameplay, you're shooting a portal and solving puzzles. It's super original and super amazing and very iconic, in fact, and I still love doing it. Like, I literally made a very horrible Portal speedrun video a little while back. And it was just a video that I just wanted to play Portal again because it was so fun. The controls, the graphics. I love the graphics. I love how it makes you feel. I love like the Half-Life-y graphics. It makes it super really good. And yeah, I love it. Portal really makes you feel like that you're just solving the puzzles and seeing through the character's eyes. I love it so much. Was it worth it? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, that was all of the games. That was a video longer than I thought it would. Look at it. Look at my webcam. Everything's all dark. I guess I'll see you guys later.